You got orders, tight timeline, buying in a city you've never seen, and there are multiple offers. And people tell you VA buyers can't win in competitive markets. We'll cover everything in an offer, price, terms, earnest money, appraisal, contingencies in plain English, so you guys could understand what you guys are getting yourself into when purchasing a property during the PCS season. But this also applies to a lot of people out there that are watching right now. My name is David Piatek. I am a loan officer and able to help you utilize your VA home loan. You could schedule a call with me down in the description below. I have Lourdes Fernando with us as well. She is a veteran realtor. She helps folks across the country, plus an investor herself. So you guys can actually also schedule a call with her down in the description below. So we'll kind of get right into everything. So the first thing that I'm going to cover is getting ready. So the first thing you want to do is you have a strong pre-approval, because without a strong pre-approval, you can look all you want and make all the offers you want, and it can go nowhere. So you really need to understand early on what that process looks like. Lourdes, I know you work with a lot of folks that PCS across the country. What's one of the one things with this getting ready piece that veterans need to understand?
Just exactly what you said, making sure your finances are in order. Oftentimes, I know when I was PCSing, we didn't say, okay, we need to make sure our credit's good, that we can even purchase.
Yeah.
And then if it is a very competitive market, and of course, your real estate agent will be able to tell you that. And if you need assistance finding one, we can always help. But if your realtor says, hey, it's a very competitive market, you do not want to go at the top of your price point, and you want to know exactly how much you can afford. I think that is very important. And also, does that align with your budget? So, a strong pre approval is imperative, especially in a competitive market.
100%. And just one thing to know when you're going through that is your BH is going to change when you PCS. Now, this doesn't make a difference where you live in the world, because we help folks across the world that are buying back in the United States, or they're refinancing, doing a cash out, whatever the case may be. So just kind of be aware of that. So, and we do talk a lot about that on the channel, pre-approval, and you guys could check out the VA Home Loan Timeline series as well, because that just completed to get that. Now let's kind of go into the meat and potatoes of the actual, like, making an offer in this situation. So a lot of people, Lourdes, are coming in from into a market they have zero clue about, right? Nothing. Like maybe negative information, actually, just like yourself, right?
Mhm.
So kind of walk us through what goes into learning a market you've never seen before.
Yeah, so your team is critical, especially the real estate agent who's going to be there looking for you. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. And then making sure you share with your goals with your agent. It's imperative. For example, mine was to I wanted to Airbnb. Well, we selected a property that they don't allow any Airbnbs in that particular city. So how crazy was that? We don't know the area. We didn't know that it was a thing. What do you mean I can't have an Airbnb in my own house? Well, there's
Right.
some areas and there's some places that don't allow it. So that was so like that it's your team is imperative because they need to know everything. We had 2 days to move to Chicago, and, it was we were supposed to get extended in Seattle. That didn't go through, so we had to report right away. So we didn't have time to do our due diligence. We were flying. We had to sell a house, take care of 2 dogs and my in-laws. It was terrible. So having that team, know the area, be able to be that advocate for you. So you say, okay, these are my goals. And they can say, well, let me look into this because this area probably doesn't even allow that. So having somebody who knows the military lifestyle, knows that you don't have the time to do the due diligence, where they can actually step in and do it for you. So that's one. The next thing is also just to make sure that you say you find a property that you like. Look at how many days it's on. What are the typical homes in that area? How quickly are they selling? How competitive you need to be. I have so many clients that are still in this mind frame of like the winter months here in Chicago. It's very seasonal. So the winter months, you can get closing cost credits. You don't have to be competitive. We don't have to go in and ask, etc. In certain areas, not every area, but in certain areas we can. So just making sure that you understand the data and that you're coming in with, a strong offer and what have you. We hear all the time, nobody's accepting our offers because it's VA. And it's probably not just because it's VA, it's probably because your terms aren't where they need to be to win that actual offer. So definitely pay attention to that data, see how aggressive you need to go. Now, be very careful as well, because if you're already at the tip top of your price point and it's very competitive, you have no real wiggle room there. And you're competing against a lot of people who have that wiggle room. So for those clients that just say, okay, cool, you're pre-approved for 300,000, but in this area, anywhere between the 250 to 300, I'm seeing properties go for $10,000 over. So let's make sure we have a little bit of a buffer in case we need to be competitive. And then another thing too, when we purchased, because we were in the middle of a PCS, we did need to utilize video tours. Now, a lot of people are like, I will not purchase a phone. I want to see it in person, but at least let's screen out some properties so that you get to know kind of like what you're looking for. And once again, the agent that you're working with um, is very critical. I'm doing a lot of phone video tours with clients right now, and they're like, Lourdes, I'm 6'2", I'm 6'2". Okay, I'll wear my heels today, and I'll be closer to 6'2". And sometimes, like in basements, we have these shower heads that will hit me in the neck, and if it's gonna hit me in the neck, and I'm a pretty tall woman, then it might hit you in your eye, or like I mean, so you just gotta make sure that, like, whoever's on the other end can properly guide you. So that would be a great way. Video tours is a great way just to screen some out for you so you can get to know kind of like what's out there, what is the layout, would it work for you? And that way, when you do come into town, sometimes we're only in town for maybe a week to look at properties. You are seeing properties that actually fit your criteria.
Yeah, no, 100%. And you made a good point. We talked to a lot of people that are PCSing. The video tours is kind of really is gold. And then also just doing research. In today's world, you could definitely go and do research on neighborhoods. You can pretty much get all the information,
Mhm.
crime reports, school information, how are the schools rated? All of that is available. You just, sometimes it's easier, especially if you're PCSing, you have a lot going on with kids, like you get overwhelmed easily. I know that happens. So
Mhm.
having connecting with the right person definitely makes sense. One thing that people do get scared of, and we get this a question a lot, Lourdes, is that what if I'm overpaying for a property, right? And can you talk a little bit about that?
Okay, so this is completely different in every single market. This is not even, I'm in, the Chicagoland area. There's different neighborhoods in Chicago that are night and day from each other. So once again, it goes back to diving back to the data. Certain areas of, I know like Florida, Texas have taken a big hit, like they're going down in their numbers. So you have to make sure you're with a team that knows what is going on with the data. What are they currently seeing? Should the Chicagoland area has been appreciating, one of the top is the top cities in the nation right now, appreciating in value, when I'm seeing others are completely going down. So it's very important to know where you're at. And then I tell my clients that are on the tip top of certain neighborhoods that I feel are going to hit that like bubble, I caution them and say, hey, you're at the tip top, you're going to set the market. And if there's any type of dip, because there was some neighborhoods that did take dips in this area, then you're going to feel it. And last thing you want to do is be like kind of underwater. So, once again, knowing the data, what is happening, what development's coming there, what is appreciation looking like for the last 3 years, particularly the last year. Are they still on the upward trend, or are they on the downward trend? And then you move in that direction.
Right. And this is why also for everyone watching, it's so important to understand your strategy. Without that strategy, because like Lord, it's like you're right. If you're coming in, like I'm gonna be here 3 years, then I'm gonna sell my place. Okay, well, if the appreciation isn't rapid, then it may not be worth it, right? It might be better to rent. Remember, renting gives you flexibility. We don't say like, oh, you just need to buy places. Like, no, it really does come down to your individual circumstances, what your lifestyle wants to be. Like I live by Great Lakes Naval Base, and we have a lot of Navy folks that buy in the city because they're like, well, I want to live somewhere where it's exciting, not
Mhm.
there. And so they'll take the train and commute, right? So I'll make that sense. Now I'm going to cover a couple things around contingencies, okay, and how to make your offer a little bit stronger. Because number one thing that people, when they go on their contract, are always shocked that they have to put down earnest money, right? So earnest money is basically a way to like put a deposit down on a property that, yeah, yes, I'm serious about buying it. Yeah, you're getting 100% financing, but this still has to normally is there, right? The only time I've never seen it is if you're buying a place that you already own. Okay, that's a or not buying a place you already own, buying a place you already are living in, and you know the landlord, right? So that's a unique situation. There's things contingencies in your contract that protect that money. Like in Illinois, they have an attorney review period. You may have a home inspection period. There's an appraisal contingency. So if the appraisal comes in lower, you can't come to negotiation, then you can get your earnest money back. There's financing contingencies, clear title contingencies, right? Because Loris, you and I had that where a client, this is a great property, but it couldn't clear title. And it was like months and months and months. Like we were supposed to close in 30 days, and that got pushed out months out. And then we ended up canceling that. So kind of just be aware that there is things that protect you in that. And in some markets, like I work in some markets where everyone waives everything. Like it's kind of crazy. Like, so you also need to be aware of that so you don't put yourself in a bad position. Because like if you're paying top dollar, and then you waive your home inspection contingency, and then all of a sudden there's major issues with the house, and you put $10,000 earnest money down, and you try to back away, guess what? You've locked yourself. Like that $10,000 will stay with that property, and you can exit the property. But this is why it's so important. And on the channel, we have a ton of videos around home inspections, VA home loan timelines that will help you kind of craft that piece. One thing I did forget to mention a little bit earlier is that if you're buying from overseas, normally, like we talk with people on WhatsApp and Signal, right? Those are the ones that we use. People communicate with that all the time. I have a client right now in Canada that is he wants to move back to the United States. Welcome back. But it creates its own separate challenges. Not all lenders and realtors can adapt to that. Like we're good with that because like this is all that we do. So kind of
Yeah.
keep that in mind. And if you're buying overseas, you most likely, if you're not going to be if you're not going to be a closing, then you do need to think about getting a power of attorney ahead of time. That is very important because it's snail mail, people. Like it doesn't happen overnight. I think the furthest closing I ever did with a mail away package, Lourdes, was in South Korea.
Wow.
Yeah, so we emailed the package. They had to go to like an embassy, get everything notarized, and then snail mail back the package, which was a refinance. So it ended up working out. But yeah, definitely knowing the entire process in its entirety will help you along this process. So, Lourdes, thanks again for joining today. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out the entire series of videos we have around the PCS process, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.